Hey, what's up YouTube? Gonna do another quick video. My videos are always quick. Of the my Scat Pack Challenger here, Sapphire. Just gonna do a quick update on the recent service that I had to have done on the car. Just gonna go over my experience and again just to understand what to look out for if you're having certain issues with your Challenger. So I recently brought it in last week for a noise I was getting. So this noise I was getting, I thought, well, I know it was kind of confirmed that it was coming from the rear of the car. So when I start the car up on cold start, which is the first start of the day, I would get this rattling noise. Well, it's more of a, to me it sounded like a bearing. You know, when a bearing's bad in a gear or in a pulley, it sounded like that. So it was like more of a chirping sound. So I brought it into Dodge. And I thought, you know, I actually thought it was like maybe my active exhaust solenoid, because it sounded like it was coming from the rear, and in fact it was coming from the rear, not the motor. Now, brought it into Dodge, they checked it out, so they couldn't really pinpoint the noise, but they said that one of my clamps that they actually replaced was loose again. It was pretty much stripped out because on my last, you can check my last video, they had to replace the transmission pan on my car here. And I guess in order to get to the transmission pan, they have to take off the exhaust just to get to the pan and the plug. So I guess since they had to do that, I want to say they may have messed something up. So maybe they stripped the clamps while they're taking off the exhaust. But of course you're not going to tell me that they stripped out the clamps while taking off the exhaust. But I'm just putting two and two together since my service advisor, Chuck, he's really good. He told me that they have to, in order to get to the transmission pan and plug, you have to take off part of the exhaust. So they got that squared away. So what ended up happening is they went ahead and ordered me a new exhaust. Now, not just from the back, you know, not just from the from the axle to the back, but they ended up giving me a brand new exhaust from the Calet, from the head all the way back. So basically, now the service guy sent me a picture of the brand new exhaust before they put it on to my vehicle, because they had to order it from Fiat first, which took about a week for it to come in. So they got it in, and yeah, the technician took a picture of it. Now I'm going to try to put some more thought into this and figure out how to upload a picture to YouTube on what the exhaust looks like on these cars. But basically the picture is the whole exhaust from the Cadillac converter all the way to the rear. Now, this exhaust included the Cadillac converters, which there's two, and those are brand new on this car too, the Cadillac converters. So we all know how expensive Cadillac converters are as it is. So total price for the parts alone came out to over $3,000. My service advisor Chuck gave me and a total of 3,700 for the parts, and labor was about 2 hours. And once again, all this was covered under the bumper to bumper warranty. Took them about they had my car there for about 3 hours and it was done. And so far, this is the third day I've had the car back since they replaced the exhaust, and I don't have that noise anymore. Now the noise, like I said, was on cold start, and as the car warmed up, you can hear it faintly while driving. But while you're driving, it's really faint, but the noise, it was there still. So far now, no noise on cold start, no noise while driving. Now I'm gonna go over show you my sheet here. So this is what they did. Chirping noise, cold start, and this is the parts they used, which is basically my whole exhaust system. Didn't have to pay anything because, once again, as you can see, it was all warranted. They didn't give me any numbers for the talk, or for the for the quote, because it didn't cost me anything. So this is Chuck. So if you guys are in the area, this is the only guy I deal with when I go down here to bring my car in. He's a really good guy. He knows a lot about these cars and other cars in general. He's been in the car industry for about 40 years. So I recommend, if you're going down to Jim Marsh Jeep Chrysler, to go talk to Chuck. He's the guy. The guy who works on my vehicle all the time, he is a SRT technician. I can't remember his name. He's a really tall guy, almost 7 foot. And it's really funny because every time this guy works on my car, because they always appoint him to my vehicle since it's SRT, since he's so tall, my seat always ends up all the way down to the ground and all the way back. So by the time I get into the car after picking it up, I can't even reach the pedals. Now, kind of got upset at first, but then after meeting the guy and seeing, how big this guy is, it's like, okay, I understand. I guess I'll just go ahead and, adjust the seat back every time I pick my car up, because I can't see. It'll be very tough for him to, move the seat back and then get out of the car. So, no big deal. I'll just go ahead and adjust the seat myself when I get it. Like I said, the guys down there, they've taken care of me with all my issues with this car, and I always bring in my Dart for service to the same dealership, because they pretty much do the same kind of service as your local Dodge dealer. Now, particularly my Dodge dealer that I deal with is Prestige, and Prestige service is just so busy all the time. So even just to do an oil change, and talking with other people that actually still go down there, that I refer just to go down to Jeep Chrysler to do basic stuff like oil changes. It takes all day there at Prestige. So what takes Jim Marsh Chrysler for an oil change is about an hour. If that, it would take you about 4 hours there at Prestige, because they just have so much work there. And Jim Marsh uses the same fluids as Prestige, because they're all the same company. Same ordeal. They have SRT technicians there working, and stuff like that. I definitely recommend going down there to Jim Marsh. Now, so far I just rolled over 28,000 miles on Sapphire here. I think all the issues I'm having with Sapphire now are finally all worked out. I'm going to give it a little more time, but I got a surprise. So here pretty soon I am thinking about trading Sapphire in, and getting something which I'm going to disclose once I get it. Something that is, well, it should be as fast, but I'll give you a hint. It's lighter. It's definitely more reliable because of the history behind the brand that I'm getting. They're well known for their reliability and so on, and their V8s are pretty much bulletproof. And I mean, the drivetrain itself is, known for its reliability. So with that said, I guess maybe some of you guys already know what's coming next and what brand. But if everything works out, I definitely want to get the V8 of this particular brand. But that V8 is very costly with this brand now. But I'll be dealing with a lighter car. So they actually have an option for the same car. The top of the line, of course, for the car, the top of the line engine choice is a V8. But they also have a V6. And being how light that car is, even with the V6, I actually already test drove both of these models a couple of weeks ago. They, obviously the V8's definitely a lot quicker, but the V6 doesn't feel, slow or underpowered by any means. So once I get these finances straight and my new upcoming income that's been going on, I'll go ahead and proceed and make my purchase. But till then, I'm going to keep Sapphire on the road. I'm going to continue to enjoy what this car has to offer in the meantime. Yeah, stay tuned for more videos and updates. And I'll keep you guys posted of any other issues that may arise with Sapphire here. And check out my Demon video. I passed by my Dodge dealer, Prestige, where I actually bought all my Dodges from. And a couple days ago, in fact, I saw them as I was passing by. They were backing in a Dodge Demon, brand new one, 2018. They were backing it into the front of the dealership. Now I'm surprised they didn't put this car inside the showroom. They had it parked outside, but in the very front of the entrance, so you can't miss it. I did a video on that, and I believe it's already sold because there wasn't any paperwork on the car, and there was a sign that said pretty much respect the owner and do not touch. So with all that, I believe it was sold already, but they literally just got it 3 to 4 days ago. I literally saw them backing it in onto the lot. But yeah, just stay tuned for more videos, and I think I'm gonna do another one on the Dart. Been wanting to do one on there about the one issue I had on that car, but just a heads up, the Dart's been pretty reliable. I think I'm at like 47,000 miles. That is my work vehicle, and I've put on a lot of miles on that car, and I've only had very minor issues with that car, nothing major, so the car's been really good to me. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, and stay tuned for more updates. And go Vegas Golden Knights. See you at the game.